Hi there. My name is Ranger Squid, and this is my submission for whatever event that this is going to. This is most likely going to PSR, ESA Summer, and SGDQ Online. And this is the category on the Generation 8 category extensions called Flex on Mom. And this category is a bit of a more fun category in terms of Pokemon speedrunning. It's more of a very quick event, very quick run itself, about only 16 to 17 minutes at most. And this is an older run myself from about a couple weeks ago. And this is my current personal best time with the route of a 16:07 at the very end. And what this is intended to do is just have a little bit of fun in the route itself. I'll explain more once we get into it, but for right now, we're in a little bit of a amazing intro scene that we have to see all the time. And one of the biggest things about this game is actually the physical versus digital copies, which I want to talk about a little bit. From one of the people in the Discord, they found out that it's about 3 minutes of difference alone just between the physical and digital copies for the regular any percent route, which is very interesting. And you would think that, wow, that's over a 4 hour, 4.5 hour run. That's a good amount of time. And even in Flex on Mom, in this intro scene between when we clicked start about a minute and 20 seconds ago to the end of this, when it flashes the Pokemon game on the screen, you lose about 5 seconds alone just from that, from the loading zones, which is very interesting. So this category is very simple. We go through the very beginning of the game. I'll explain what we do and why we do it. And then we go into town and we spend some money. So once we get into the house, I'll explain more about that. But a little bit about myself. My name is Ranger Squid, or you can call me Evan. I have been speedrunning for about, actually almost, it's about a year and a half now. I've been really hardcore speedrunning. And I started in Let's Go Eevee. And then I went over to a little bit of just a bunch of different games. Pokemon Emerald, Zelda Twilight Princess, Pokemon Sword is my main one. This is what I've been doing recently. And so I have been really diving into the speedrunning recently with Pokemon Sword because I am a mod for the category extensions, and there are a lot of very fun... I apologize. There are a lot of very fun categories in the entire section. There's alt mains, alt routes, trade alt mains, all obtainable, all trainers, Rotom Rally, Flex on Mom. Like, there's so many different categories that you could do. And it's just, to me, is so much fun. So here, when we go into the options, we're going to set our text to fast, battle effects off, the skip movies on, autosave off. We're going to be doing give nicknames, don't give. And there's one more thing I actually forgot about. Couldn't read it quick enough. But what this does is so that when we get our starter, we don't have to nickname it, which does lose a little bit of time. There is also an intro cutscene that happens with the starters, which does lose about, I believe it was a minute and a half just by doing that cutscene alone. And fast text, although in this game fast text means somewhat fast text and you still have to mash, which is stupid in my opinion. But anyway, so here we're going to go down to Hop, say hi, and we're going to watch a Wooloo roll into a fence repeatedly because he wants to go through that to the woods. No idea why, but he just wants to. And so speedrunning has just been a very, very fun explosion in the last, I would say, 8 months since Sword and Shield came out. We have made a lot of different routes for Pokemon and a lot of different things. One of my other submissions that I'm definitely going to be doing is an alternative main for this game instead of the regular any percent route. And those are just so much fun to me. I find the regular 90% route is really cool to watch the progression of and see how fast it really can get. But what really interests me is how people get over problems with a certain Pokemon. So, for example, um, one of the best alternative routes that you could do is called Candy Floss and Ninetales. Candy Floss is a Whimsicott you can trade for in the second gym town, Hulberry, and you get a Ninetales to start the beginning of the game off, and then you get Whimsicott, and you use both of them throughout the entire run. And before that, if you had just used Whimsicott, then you would have had a lot of issues with Kabu. You would have had issues with the end of the game, the steel types, and you would just have a lot of issues. And so it was really interesting to see this route come out, because there's even variants of this route with Solar Beam and an Amulet Coin, so on and so forth. And it's just really interesting to me. Now, here we're seeing the champion Leon, who I think we figured out that is the champion. I don't know how many times he mentions it during the regular 90% route, but there are definitely... I should make a count of how many champion words are just in Flex on Mom alone with what we see in the game, which would be really funny to see. So now he realizes, oh, wait a minute, there's Hop. And supposedly he's only grown 1.25 inches and he has the perfect eye for this. And he's already mentioned 3 times that he's the champion in just this last 45 seconds, which is really funny. But yeah, this is a really, really funny category. We thought of it. I actually put it out there. I said, give me some meme ideas. I need something for the categories. And someone said Flex on Mom. And I'm like, what do you mean? And basically someone said, go spend $30K really quickly. I'm like, okay. And thus this came about. So here, right when you saw that loading zone there, that was actually where the cutscene is, where those 3 starters pop out, start playing with each other, and the whole scene starts. In here, I actually messed up the menu and forgot to do give nickname, which did lose me, as you can see, half a second. So I do lose a little bit of time for that because I didn't do give nickname, or I didn't do nickname beforehand. But that's perfectly fine with me. I'm just happy with, so far, not making too many mistakes in this run. You really can't make too many mistakes at this point. A 1607 for this is not too bad. It's about 5th place for digital. The first place is a 1558 right now. And from what I've talked with one of the guys, that it could go down to about 1556 with extremely good mashing and good luck. So here we're just watching Hop jump up and move up and down with hot dogs in his hand, and we don't understand why. But you know what? He likes hot dogs, sure. And so now we're talking Leon. We're like, oh, yay, we made friends with our Pokemon. And then we're going to be battling Hop, which this fight actually, funny enough, actually has a little bit of strategy behind it. So the first Wooloo, he first has 2 Pokemon, which in my opinion is unfair in this game. But anyway, he has a Wooloo, and he has his starter that is weak against yours, which, good going, Hop. He has a Score Bunny for this one. So this Wooloo, no matter what, is a 3 KO with 3 pounds, unless you get a minus attack nature, 0 low IVs. So this is guaranteed no matter what. And then the Score Bunny, actually, if you get a crit on the Score Bunny, you do get the critical hit text box, but you actually save 2 seconds over the fight if you get the critical hit, which is really funny that each turn is about in 8 seconds, and if you get the crit, you lose 5 seconds for that, but you gain 2 to 3 seconds from that. So here, I believe I just got the regular 2 KO here. I didn't have the best special attack. Also, type advantages, forehead. If you didn't know about type advantages, water is good against fire, just for context there. That's why he was like, oh, wow, you knew about type advantages. Oh my gosh, you're more than just a beginner. You're an expert at this game. And so here, after this, the stats do not matter whatsoever. That's literally the only point of the run where stats matter. Other than that, so now he heals us up, and they're like, "Oh, we can do the gym battles," and Leon's like, "No, you can't. Stop. You're too young for this." And it's like, "Yeah, you better go tell your mom that you want to go do the gym battles." And it's like, "Wait, what in the world?" And somehow that Wooloo actually broke through that fence, despite it doing absolutely nothing beforehand, which I'm so confused about on how it actually got through. And so we supposedly have to go and save it now because we're heroes in this game. So we go up into the woods, and as a couple of other people in both PSR, or just PSR mainly, fog route is a great feature. And for some reason, they decided to bring back the fog from Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, which was the worst decision ever made. It's not that bad, but it can get very annoying looking through it. And especially on Shield in the 6th gym, Melanie's route or Melanie's gym is so bright that you literally can't see anything. Also, upcoming here, in our set, each of these grass piles has a static encounter. This second encounter is a Rookity, and this Rookity could have a nerve. A nerve activates at the start of when it comes out, and if you get it, you lose about 2 seconds, which is actually pretty insane at how much time you could lose just from that, like just 2 seconds just because an ability activates. Other than that, the other 2 encounters don't mean much. But continuing on with the... What was I talking about? Oh my gosh, I actually forgot what I was talking about. I apologize. I am a little bit nervous in general, but that's okay. So here we're going to go deep. Oh, the fog route. So Melanie's gym, if you have any shield runs that come up, you'll just look for the 6th gym about like 2 hours in roughly, and just look at how bad that gym is set up and how bad like the brightness is. It's horrid to actually look at that gym. And that's also a little bit why the reason I won't buy Shield. But also, we're meeting the box legendary of Pokemon Sword, Zacian, here. And Zacian is like, "Rar, I've come to stop you." But really, I'm not. I'm just telling you to get out of these woods. That's all it's doing. So here, all you have to do is just click pounds, and it's just going to look at us. And supposedly, we tried to pound it, but we never saw an animation for, well, even if we had animations, it wouldn't show anything. And Hops was like, "What? The move had no effect on it." It's like someone in the announcers just kind of said like, "Whoa, the move had no effect on it." Also, this is the fog route. You can tell that it's already really bad. Imagine this in a gym when you have to walk your way through areas. It's horrible. Anyway, so after this, we basically we pass out somehow from all this, and in about 10 seconds we're going to be found by Leon, who's going to be like, "What'd you guys do? Where'd you guys go?" And Wooloo's been here the whole time, like you didn't have to go back out for it. And we're all like, "What? Oh, we saw a legendary, that's cool." And Leon's like, "Yeah, sure you did." But anyway, this is just a really fun way of just like exploring the beginning of the game. You can provide a little bit of commentary too on just like making it fun and making it enjoyable. You could add a lot of donations in here and just get some like different like little incentives during this as well. This could just be a little incentive run, or this could be like a bonus run or something, and it's not too bad. So here we're going to be going back into the house, and we're going to be talking to our mom, who, if you just look carefully at what she says. Also, I didn't turn off autosave. Also, she says, "Here we are, a bit of pocket money for your journey." A bit of pocket money is $30,000. Yes, you heard me right. 30,000 Poké Dollars. So, what do we do with this money? Well, we're going to go flex on mom and brag to her that we just went and spent all of her money right away. So, up here, we have to go through the grass area. And this actually could be literally the hit or miss moment of the entire run. It's not too bad usually. You just avoid the wild encounters as I am. And actually, upcoming here, there's a little bit of a small glitch. You can actually go right behind this Pokeball somehow. I still don't know how, but there's enough room for it. And if you look ahead, there's an opening between these people. You don't have to go to the right. You can just go straight to the clothing store, which is where we're going to go spend our $30,000 right away. We're going to go in. We're going to go up to an Arcanine t-shirt that is $30,000. We're going to put it on. We're going to run back to Mom. And hopefully not get any encounters. And as you've seen on the timer on the side, which is, this is just an old video I had and I wanted to re-record over it because it was just a very good run overall. And I easily could still do this time no matter what. Just don't get any encounters easily. I've been saving a little bit of time here and there. It doesn't really matter because the time at the end is just, it basically, the big points that matter are Rival 1 if you lose any time, and if you lose any time to Unnerve and Rookity, and then if you lose any time to the encounters there, and the shopping menus. So here, all you do is you spin around a couple times, and you pull the Leon move on your Mom. And that's it for this run, and that's all you do. It's a very quick run, very easy run, and overall, I just find it really fun, and I hope that any of you find it really fun too. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments about this, let me know. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. And that is all for this, and hope to be a part of your event. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.